Let's just start by looking at some great photographs. This is an icon of National Geographic, an Afghan refugee taken by Steve McCurry. But the Harvard Lampoon is about to come out with a parody of National Geographic, and I shudder to think what they are going to do to this photograph. Oh, the wrath of Photoshop. This is a jet landing at San Francisco by Bruce Dale. He mounted a camera on the tail. A poetic image for a story on Tolstoy by Sam Abel. Pygmies in the DRC by Randy Olson. I love this photograph because it reminds me of Degas' bronze sculptures of The Little Dancer. A polar bear swimming in the Arctic by Paul Nicklin. Polar bears need ice to be able to move back and forth. They're not very good swimmers, and we know what's happening to the ice. These are camels moving across the Rift Valley in Africa, photographed by Chris Johns. Shot straight down, so these are the shadows of the camels. This is a rancher in Texas by William Albert Allard, a great portraitist. And Jane Goodall making her own special connection, photographed by Nick Nichols. This is a soap disco in Spain, photographed by David Allen Harvey. And David said that there was a lot of weird stuff happening on the dance floor, but hey, at least it's hygienic. These are sea lions in Australia doing their own dance by David Dubélé. And this is a comet captured by Dr. Ewan Mason. And finally, the bow of the Titanic without movie stars, photographed by Emery Kristoff. Photography carries a power that holds up under the relentless swirl of today's saturated media world, because photographs emulate the way that our mind freezes a significant moment. Here's an example. 4 years ago, I was at the beach with my son, and he was learning how to swim in the relatively soft surf of the Delaware beaches. But I turned away for a moment, and he got caught into a riptide and started to be pulled out towards a jetty. I can stand here right now and see, as I go tearing into the water after him, the moment slowing down and freezing into this arrangement. I can see the rocks are over here. There's a wave about to crash onto him. I can see his hands reaching out, and I can see his face in terror, looking at me, saying, "Help me, Dad." I got him. The wave broke over us. We got back on shore. He was fine. We were a little bit rattled. But this flashbulb memory, as it's called, is when all the elements came together to define not just the event, but my emotional connection to it. And this is what a photograph taps into when it makes its own powerful connection to a viewer. Now, I have to tell you, I was talking to Kyle last week about this, that I was going to tell this story. And he said, "Oh, yeah, I remember that too. I remember my image of you was that you were up on the shore yelling at me." I thought I was a hero. So this is a cross-sample of some remarkable images taken by some of the world's greatest photojournalists working at the very top of their craft, except one. This photograph was taken by Dr. Ewan Mason in New Zealand last year, and it was submitted and published in National Geographic. Last year, we added a section to our website called Your Shot, where anyone can submit photographs for possible publication, and it has become a wild success, tapping into the enthusiast photography community. The quality of these amateur photographs can at times be amazing, and seeing this reinforces for me that every one of us has at least one or two great photographs in them. But to be a great photojournalist, you have to have more than just one or two great photographs in you. You've got to be able to make them all the time. But even more importantly, you need to know how to create a visual narrative. You need to know how to tell a story. So I'm going to share with you some coverages that I feel demonstrate the storytelling power of photography.